Shalom. I am Rabbi David, and today I'm going to give you a 7-minute ritual to do right before you go to sleep that will reprogram your subconscious mind for wealth while you sleep. This isn't about positive thinking. This isn't about wishful manifestation. This is a spiritual technology, rooted in ancient Jewish wisdom, that turns your 8 hours of sleep from a passive activity into an active wealth creation machine. But first, let me ask you a question. What is the last thing you think about before you fall asleep? Is it your worries? Your to-do list for tomorrow? The argument you had with your spouse? The bills you have to pay? Drop a comment below and be honest. What's on your mind in those final moments before you drift off? Now, before we dive into this teaching, I need your help with something important. We're on a mission to reach 50,000 subscribers, and every single subscriber matters. Why? Because the more people who discover these ancient money secrets, the more lives we can transform, the more families that break free from poverty thinking, the more generational wealth that gets built. So, if you're getting value from this content, if you believe this wisdom needs to spread, then hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications so you never miss a teaching that could change your financial future. And here's something special. If you want to go deeper, if you're serious about transformation, become a channel member. You'll get exclusive content that I don't share publicly, early access to every video, and inner circle teachings reserved for those who are truly committed. The link is right below this video. All right, let's get into it. The Talmud teaches that sleep is 1/60th of death. It's a moment when your conscious mind, with all its fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs, steps aside. Your soul, your neshama, ascends to the spiritual realms, and your subconscious mind, the deep, powerful, creative part of you, is left wide open. It's like a fertile garden, ready to be planted. Most people, in those final moments before sleep, plant seeds of chaos. They replay their failures. They worry about tomorrow. They marinate in anxiety. And then they wonder why they wake up tired, stressed, and broke. They spent 8 hours watering weeds in the garden of their mind. But the wealthy, the wise, the spiritually attuned, they do something different. They understand that the last 7 minutes before sleep determine the quality of the next 8 hours. And those 8 hours determine the quality of the next day. And your days determine your life. This isn't a new idea. For thousands of years, Jewish tradition has prescribed a set of prayers and meditations before sleep called the bedtime Shema. It's not just a ritual, it's a spiritual technology for reprogramming the soul. And today, I'm going to give you a modern, wealth-focused version of this ancient practice. I call it the 3R ritual: review, release, and reprogram. It takes 7 minutes, and it will change everything. Let me tell you why this is so powerful. Modern neuroscience has confirmed what the ancient mystics knew. The brain is most receptive to new programming in 2 states. The first is the hypnagogic state, the transition from waking to sleeping. The second is the hypnopompic state, the transition from sleeping to waking. In these states, your brain waves shift from beta, alert, active thinking, to alpha and theta, relaxed, receptive, creative. Your critical mind, the gatekeeper that says, "That's impossible," or "You're not good enough," is offline. The door to your subconscious is wide open. This is why advertisers pay millions to get their messages in front of you right before bed. They know that what enters your mind in those final moments will be processed all night long, embedding itself deep into your psyche. They're planting seeds in your garden. The question is, are you going to let them plant their seeds? Or are you going to take control and plant your own? The wealthy understand this. They guard their mental state before sleep like a fortress. They don't watch the news. They don't scroll through social media. They don't engage in stressful conversations. They intentionally curate the last thoughts that enter their mind, because they know those thoughts will determine their tomorrow. Let's start with the first step, the review. This takes 3 minutes. In Judaism, there's a concept called cheshbon hanefesh, which means an accounting of the soul. Most people do this only once a year, before Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. They look back at their sins, their failures, their mistakes. But the Kabbalists, the mystics, they taught to do this every single night. But here's the secret. You're not reviewing the day to beat yourself up. You're not looking for what you did wrong. You're looking for what went right. You are hunting for sparks of abundance. Let me explain. God's abundance, the Shefa, is flowing constantly. It's in every moment, every interaction, every breath. But most of us are blind to it. We're so focused on lack, on what's missing, that we don't see the blessings right in front of us. The Kabbalah teaches that in the beginning, God's infinite light filled all of existence. But in order to create a world where free will and growth were possible, God had to contract His light, creating space for darkness. This is called the tzimtzum. The light is still there, but it's hidden, concealed behind shells called klipot. Our job as spiritual beings is to find the hidden sparks of light, to recognize the blessings that are concealed in the mundane, and to elevate them back to their source. This is not just mystical poetry. This is a practical tool for rewiring your brain. Neuroscience calls it the reticular activating system, or RAS. It's the part of your brain that filters information, deciding what's important and what's not. If you train your RAS to look for abundance, it will find abundance. If you train it to look for lack, it will find lack. You literally see what you're looking for. The review is about training your mind to see the abundance you missed. For 3 minutes, you're going to sit with your eyes closed and replay your day. But like a detective looking for hidden treasure, did someone buy you a coffee? That's a spark of abundance. Did you find a great parking spot? A spark. Did a client pay an invoice? A spark. Did you have a healthy meal? A spark. Did your child give you a hug? A massive spark. Did you wake up this morning? That's the biggest spark of all, the gift of life itself. Don't dismiss anything as too small. The goal is to find at least 10 sparks of abundance from your day. I had a client, let's call him Michael. He was a real estate agent, and he was struggling. He was convinced he was broke. He told me, "Rabbi, I have no abundance in my life." I gave him this exercise. The first night he called me, frustrated. "I only found 3 sparks," he said. "My coffee, a client who answered my call, and I didn't get a flat tire. This is stupid." I told him, "Stick with it. Your abundance muscle is weak. You need to train it. He kept at it. The second night he found 5 sparks. The third night, 7. By the end of the week, he was easily finding 10, then 15, then 20. He started seeing the abundance that was there all along. He saw the referrals he wasn't following up on. He saw the opportunities he was ignoring. He saw the gratitude from past clients he had forgotten. Within a month, his entire energy shifted. He was no longer a struggling agent. He was an agent surrounded by abundance. And his income reflected it. He had his best month ever, $47,000 in commissions, more than double his previous best. Not because anything outside of him changed, but because everything inside of him changed. He trained his mind to see wealth, so wealth started showing up. That's the power of the review. You are literally rewiring your brain to see opportunity instead of obstacles, blessings instead of burdens, abundance instead of lack. For 3 minutes, hunt for the sparks. Here's a pro tip. Keep a gratitude journal by your bed. After you do your mental review, write down your top 3 sparks from the day. This doubles the impact. First you're thinking it, then you're writing it. You're encoding it twice. Over time, you'll have a physical record of hundreds of blessings, a tangible reminder that you are surrounded by abundance. Now for the second step, the release. This takes 2 minutes. After you've reviewed the good, you must release the bad. All the worries, the fears, the anxieties, the failures of the day. You cannot take them with you into sleep. If you do, your subconscious will just chew on them all night, creating more stress, more cortisol, and a deeper identity of failure. King David, in Psalm 4, verse 8, wrote, "In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety." He understood the secret. You must release your burdens to God before you sleep. This is not just spiritual advice, it's physiological wisdom. When you go to bed stressed, your body remains in a state of fight or flight. Your cortisol levels stay elevated. Your heart rate stays high. Your sleep is shallow and fragmented. You wake up exhausted, even after 8 hours, because your body never truly rested. You were in a war zone all night. But when you release your burdens, when you enter sleep from a state of peace, your parasympathetic nervous system activates. Your body shifts into rest and digest mode. Your heart rate slows. Your breathing deepens. Your cells repair. Your immune system strengthens. You wake up refreshed, energized, and ready to conquer the day. So, for 2 minutes, you're going to do a visualization. Picture all of your worries, your debts, your business problems, your health concerns, your relationship issues, as heavy stones in a backpack you've been carrying all day. Feel the weight of it. Acknowledge it. Don't suppress it. Don't pretend it's not there. Feel the burden. Then, in your mind's eye, see yourself standing before the throne of God. The throne is radiant, glowing with a warm, loving light. God is not a harsh judge waiting to condemn you. He is a loving Father waiting to help you. And one by one, you take out each stone and you place it at His feet. You're not ignoring the problems, you're surrendering them. You're saying, God, this is too heavy for me. I can't carry it tonight. I'm giving it to you. I trust that you can handle it. I trust that you will make me dwell in safety. As you release each stone, feel the backpack getting lighter. Feel the weight lifting from your shoulders. Feel the peace that comes from surrender. By the time you've released the last stone, your backpack is empty. You are light. You are free. You are ready to rest. This is not a psychological trick. This is a spiritual transaction. You are transferring your burdens to the one who is capable of carrying them. You are choosing to enter sleep from a state of peace and trust, not from a state of anxiety and control. When I was at my lowest point, business collapsing, marriage struggling, father dying of cancer, this was the practice that saved me. I would sit in my car every night before going into the house, and I would just release. I would give God the anger, the fear, the shame, the guilt. I would visualize handing Him each burden, and I would walk into my home a different man. I would sleep in peace, even in the midst of the storm. And I would wake up with the strength to face another day. I remember one night in particular. I had just gotten a call from the bank. They were threatening to foreclose on one of my properties. I was $120,000 in debt. I felt like I was drowning. I sat in my car and I wanted to scream. Instead, I did the release. I visualized the foreclosure notice as a stone. I saw myself placing it at God's feet, and I said, God, I don't know how to fix this, but I trust that you do. I'm giving this to you. The next morning, I woke up with an idea, a creative solution I hadn't thought of before. I called the bank, proposed a restructuring plan, and they agreed. The property was saved. Was it a miracle? Maybe. Or maybe it was just that when I stopped panicking and started trusting, my mind was clear enough to think creatively. For 2 minutes, release your burdens. Give them to God. Lie down in peace. Finally, the third step. The reprogram. This takes 2 minutes. Now that you've reviewed the good and released the bad, the garden of your subconscious is ready. The soil is fertile. It's time to plant the seed. This is the most important part. You are going to plant a seed of your desired future. You are going to give your subconscious mind its marching orders for the night. Remember the story of Joseph in the Torah? He was a master of dreams. He understood that the night was a time of divine communication, of revelation, of creation. God spoke to Jacob in a dream. He spoke to Solomon in a dream. He spoke to Daniel in a dream. The night is when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is thinnest. It's when your soul has access to wisdom and insight that your conscious mind cannot reach. Your subconscious mind doesn't sleep. While you're unconscious, it's working. It's processing the events of the day. It's solving problems. It's making connections. It's creating your reality based on the instructions you give it. Most people give their subconscious terrible instructions. They go to bed thinking, I'm so broke, I'll never get out of this debt. My life is a mess. And their subconscious says, okay, boss, broke, in debt, life is a mess. Got it. I'll make sure that's your reality tomorrow, too. But you're going to do something different. You're going to give your subconscious a clear, powerful, positive instruction. So for the last 2 minutes before you close your eyes, you are going to give it one clear, powerful instruction. You're going to visualize your desired outcome as if it has already happened. Not as a wish, not as a hope, but as a memory from the future. If you want to be debt-free, don't visualize paying bills. Visualize yourself holding a document that says, "Paid in full." Feel the freedom. Feel the relief. Feel the joy. Feel the weight lifting off your chest. If you want to build a successful business, don't visualize the struggle. Visualize yourself looking at your bank account and seeing the revenue goal you hit. Visualize the happy customers leaving 5-star reviews. Visualize your thriving team celebrating a big win. If you want to attract a loving partner, don't visualize being lonely. Visualize yourself walking hand in hand with that person, laughing, sharing your life. Feel the love. Feel the connection. Feel the warmth of their presence. Choose one vision. Don't try to visualize 10 different goals. Pick the one that matters most to you right now. Make it clear. Make it vivid. And, most importantly, feel the emotion of it. The subconscious mind speaks the language of emotion. It doesn't care about your logical plans. It cares about how you feel. As you hold this vision and feel this emotion, you're going to repeat a simple declaration. This is the seed you are planting. For example, I am so happy and grateful now that I am completely debt-free. I am so happy and grateful now that my business is generating $100,000 per month. I am so happy and grateful now that I am in a loving, committed relationship. Notice the structure. I am, present tense, so happy and grateful, emotion. Now that. It's already done. This is critical. You're not saying, I hope, or I want, or I will. You're saying, I am. You're claiming it as a present reality. Repeat it slowly, with feeling, for 2 minutes as you drift off to sleep. Let it be the last thought in your mind. You are embedding this reality into your subconscious. You are giving it a target to work towards. Your subconscious will then spend the next 8 hours connecting the dots, finding the resources, and aligning your energy to make that vision a reality. I had a student, let's call her Rachel. She wanted to write a book, but she was stuck in writer's block for years. Every night she would go to bed thinking, I'm such a failure, I'll never finish this book. I taught her this ritual. Her new nightly vision was holding the finished, published book in her hands. She felt the weight of it. She smelled the paper. She saw her name on the cover, and she repeated, I am so happy and grateful now that I am a published author. She told me the first few nights felt like a lie. Her mind screamed at her, you're not an author, you haven't even finished a chapter. But she persisted. After a week, something shifted. She started waking up with ideas, sentences, chapter outlines. Her subconscious was working for her, not against her. Within 90 days, she had finished the manuscript. 6 months later, she had a publishing deal. A year after that, her book was on the shelves of Barnes & Noble. She didn't work harder. She slept smarter. That's the 7-minute ritual. 3 minutes of review, 2 minutes of release, 2 minutes of reprogram. Let's recap the action plan. Step 1. For 3 minutes, do a cheshbon hanefesh. Review your day and find at least 10 sparks of abundance. Train your mind to see the good. Write down your top 3 in a gratitude journal. Step 2. For 2 minutes, release your burdens. Visualize placing all your worries at God's feet. Choose to enter sleep from a place of peace and trust. Feel the weight lifting. Step 3. For 2 minutes, reprogram your subconscious. Visualize your desired outcome as already complete. Feel the emotion and repeat your declaration as you fall asleep. Let it be your last thought. Do this for 30 days. Don't miss a night. This isn't a magic pill, it's a spiritual discipline. It's mental hygiene. It's the work you do in the dark that allows you to shine in the light. Most people leave their most powerful asset, their subconscious mind, to chance. They feed it garbage and wonder why their life is a mess. But not you. You're going to be intentional. You're going to be disciplined. You're going to command your mind and, in doing so, command your destiny. This is the secret. It's not about working harder. It's about aligning deeper. The battle for your wealth, your health, your happiness, it is won or lost in the 7 minutes before you go to sleep. Choose to win. In the comments below, commit to the 30-day challenge. Write, "I am committed" to make it real. Tell me what your one vision is going to be. Accountability creates momentum. And if this teaching resonated with you, subscribe to this channel. Next week, I'm going to reveal the 3-second morning habit that made me millions, the perfect complement to this nightly ritual. Together, these 2 practices will bookend your day with intention and transform your life. Shalom, and until next time. Let me give you one more powerful insight about why this works. In the Zohar, the foundational text of Kabbalah, it teaches that every night when you go to sleep, your soul ascends to the heavenly realms to give an accounting of your day. The quality of your sleep, the dreams you have, and the energy you wake up with are all determined by the state of your soul when it ascends. If your soul ascends burdened with worry, guilt, and negativity, it cannot rise very high. It gets stuck in the lower realms, surrounded by chaos and confusion. Your sleep is restless, your dreams are anxious, you wake up drained. But if your soul ascends light, grateful, and aligned with divine abundance, it rises to the highest realms. It bathes in the light of the infinite. It receives wisdom, insight, and blessing. Your sleep is deep and restorative. Your dreams are prophetic. You wake up inspired and energized. This 7-minute ritual is not just about psychology or neuroscience. It's about preparing your soul for its nightly journey. You are ensuring that you ascend clean, light, and ready to receive. One final story. I have a friend, a very successful hedge fund manager. He makes millions of dollars a year. I asked him once, "What's your secret? How do you consistently outperform the market?" He smiled and said, "Rabbi, I sleep on my decisions." He explained that whenever he has a big investment decision to make, he doesn't decide during the day. He gathers all the information, does all the analysis, and then he goes to bed. But before he sleeps, he asks his subconscious a question. What is the right move here? And he trusts that by morning he'll have his answer. He said, 90